Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Cantina MX Football Podcast. This is the post-game reaction of the Clausura 2026 final, in which Cruz Azul, at the dying minutes of the regular match, pulled away with the freak goal. And with that, our champions. Congratulations to all the Cruz Azul fans listening. We are live on Twitter Spaces. We're live on YouTube. And I'm about to patch in my Discord server for those that are on there. Again, we have a Discord. Reach out to us for the invites. But it's growing and it's growing rapidly. Really just want to jump right into it. It was a very, what's the word? A very boring culera final. If I am completely honest, that shit was boring as fuck. And we were just really, the one thing I can thank Cruz Azul for is not extending this game to extra time and PKs, porque era una final bien culera, just a boring ass final. It really didn't even feel special, didn't feel like anything. It was just like a regular Sunday match for me. Roberto Morales opened up the game 30 minutes into the match. Very nice golazo. But in the second half, Cruz Azul had two, not just one, two freak goals. An own goal by Ruben Duarte. And then in the 94th minute, just a bunch of random rebounds inside the box. And Rotondi puts it away for the 2-1. Unbelievable. Like, I think everyone is just shell-shocked because it happened in literally like in stoppage time with just 3 minutes left in the match. They put it away, and I don't think Pumas fans had a chance to let it sink in or react. They just, as soon as they scored, the game ended. And with that, Cruz Azul climb up to 10 titles. Congratulations to Cruz Azul and to Abdias, who I'm sure is enjoying this moment. Wiki becomes a champion as an interim. Where are you, Larcamon? I wish, with the TUDN broadcast, they had a camera that you could follow on your smartphone. They had like 2 QR codes. You could follow, Wiki, or you could follow Efrain Juarez. I want to see a camera on Larcamon and seeing his reaction to watching a team that he carried for 17 regular matches, watching somebody else take them to the promised land. I'm sure it must sting, and I'm sure, I don't know if he gets a bonus at the end of the day. I don't know if he gets a medal. I mean, again, he was the head coach for a majority of the season. We're going to have everybody coming in on our panel in just a second. But man, what a match. Honestly, like I said, very boring. But in the end, it's over. I think I have El Beeper Albert joining us. Welcome.
What up?
Just I don't know, man. It hasn't really sunk in. It was such a weird goal, and it's such a weird finish to the final.
You know what? Like I said, it was gonna be a choppy final. I thought when Cruz Azul got the lead, I thought they were gonna preserve it. And you know what? Before that tying goal, they were pressing. I mean, Carrillo had a couple good spots down the right, but fucking Cruz Azul got the goal, and like I don't know if it was Gordito. Somebody said that or Rifado that Pumas' fucking lack of a bench got exposed, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really weird seeing Pumas' crash out. Obviously, Carrasquilla got some karma. He injured, is it Paravecino in the first half?
But yeah. Was it the rib issue?
Yeah, he fucking took him out. It was Paradela. He took out Paradela.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah, he took him out the first half hour. He had to leave in tears. And then in the second half, again, karma's a bitch. They took him out. And, Panama is going to be without Carrasquilla for the World Cup. I don't think he's going to recover from that injury. It looked like he tore his dick off. I don't know what had happened, but le estaban sobando ahí in the special region.
It became a nasty game. it became that fucking Antuna red card was nasty too. They had to go to VAR to fucking check it out how nasty it was.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's just lack of, championship minutes, but Pumas crashed out after that goal. Honestly, you could see it on their faces. After Cruz Azul tied it up, you could just see it. It's like, oh, fuck. Here it comes, here comes that remontada. And it's also the timing, right? Because Pumas, they scored a goal, a second goal. Juinho scored a pinche golazo. But because it ricocheted off his hand, they quickly disallowed it. They didn't even bother going to VAR. They just straight up said, no, it's a handball. And in that moment
he played it with the hand.
In that moment is when they received the own goal. And yeah, just Antuna and also Angel Jesus Rico with the red card. So Pumas ended with 2 red cards. They crashed out pretty bad.
I don't know, but going Cruz Azul, good for Wiki, Mexican coach. He's very likable. But you know what? I would like to put an asterisk on that fucking title, man. It still doesn't. It doesn't lose on me that fucking Chivas should have been fucking champion. And you know what? To these fucking days when he fucking calls fucking Charlie Rodriguez, when Bosco fucking calls fucking, he's gonna fucking do it. He's gonna call fucking Charlie Rodriguez to the World Cup. I'm gonna fucking lose it, man.
You think he'll do it?
More fucking solid. I won't fucking doubt it. He's gonna make some fucking bullshit about fucking lesiones or mamada y media, and he's gonna fucking call him. Hey, with Jordan Carrillo, maybe I would be a little pissed, but if he fucking calls Charlie, goddamn.
Hey, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Hat-Trick's here. Welcome.
Hey, really quick, who would you guys rather have, Charlie or Luis Chavez?
I'll take Luis Chavez.
Charlie hasn't proved shit. I mean, it's a totally different player with Cruz Azul. We've been saying it for the last fucking 2-3 years.
Yeah, but did you see that like I wasn't an assist. It was like kind of like a pre-assist, I guess. That little through pass, that was so nice, man. We really don't have players on Mexico that be doing stuff like that.
Aguirre doesn't have confidence in him in that role. He doesn't. Jimmy will let him loose. Aguirre doesn't have confidence in him in that role. So we gotta go with what Aguirre wants, and it's. I mean, he's already discarded him. I mean. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna fucking come up with some fucking mamada. Oh, los lesiones, bye, and he's gonna fucking call him. I just fucking know he shouldn't, but he will.
Honestly, I don't want anybody from Liga going to the World Cup. I want them to fucking stay true to the word and take the original players that they said that they were gonna take from the domestic league that had to sit out.
I do think that would be a slap in the face. I do think that they should just not do that.
Fucking bleach on the fucking wound, man.
The thing is, it's like, let's leave out all controversy and just not take anybody that participated in Liga. And honestly, like, who would they want to take? And I know you guys mentioned Charlie. I know you guys mentioned Jordan Carrillo. I think those are like a long stretch. I think it's like a pipe dream if they were to go. The only one that I could see maybe coming in is like Richie Ledesma, but he, obviously he doesn't gel well with Aguirre, so I don't see him unless there's like an injury that happens against Australia. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't see it happening.
Well, that's the reports in the last game was that fucking Julian Araujo has been working out in Mexico City for the last. He's not part of the training camp, but he has been. The team is aware that he has been rehabbing in Mexico City. But did he even make the list of 55? I'm not sure.
Who?
Araujo.
No.
Even if he did, it's un tronco.
I don't think so.
So fuck him.
Julian Araujo?
Because Julian, yeah.
I'll have to double check. I don't remember seeing his name on there, but I could be wrong.
Because I heard it on the telecast on Friday that he's been working out and that he there's a long shot that he can make it, but there's a chance. But I don't know. I don't think he made the 55. I gotta look for it. Hold on.
For sure. Yeah, fucking Cruz Azul and Pumas gives the most entertaining final. Oh, I'm gonna mute you, Albert. Yeah, dude, fucking 0-0 first leg, just absolutely nothing going on in that match. And then today it was just another boring ass final, dude. It's just like, man, I can't believe they're gonna win this in this fashion. I don't think it's as bad as Pro de 85, but you know,
But Jaime,
for Cruz Azul, they had
let's-
the easiest path to the final, man. Let's be honest.
let's be honest. The reason why this final sucked was all Pumas. Es un equipo ratonero. And that's why I didn't want Efrain to win, bro, because his brand of football, like, this is why Mexican coaches do not get opportunities, bro. Like, they're not tactically sound. They're just rah. They're going to defend. They're going to park the bus and hit you on the counter. I hate this shit.
Explain why Pumas ended in first place. It's just, you know, everything on paper, they look good, right? They got first place. They closed at home, but it's like, damn, bro, this final is just so, it's one to forget. You know, it's just one of those finals to forget. But yeah,
fucking style where they could fucking where you could scrap away fucking results because find an opportune goal and fucking hunker down. That's how you fucking scrap away results. And then también las pinches Chivas se pendejaron al último. And then but then you know what? That style only works till it doesn't. And like Hatrick said, you know, fucking just there were, you know, Efrain didn't have it tactically, and like I said, the bench got exposed. I mean, like I think Gordito or his fellows at the bench got exposed.
Wait, let's not forget Pumas had like 8 penalties in the regular season.
Did they?
Yeah, bro, they had the most penalties in the league.
Well, you guys got 4 in Liga, so I would just stop where you're at it. However, I did confirm that Julian Araujo is in the 55 list, so he might end up getting called up. I don't know, but he's not part of the team right now. He's not going to the game in Pasadena.
No, but he has been rehabbing they're keeping an eye on him, and he's in Mexico City.
As far as players that played in Liga that are on this list of 55, Brian Gonzalez from Chivas, obviously Richard Ledesma also from Chivas, and you had on the Cruz Azul side Jeremy Marquez, which honestly I don't expect him to get called. I don't see him going to the World Cup. Efrain Alvarez from Chivas also got snubbed. Charlie Rodriguez, an obvious candidate if for some reason our midfielders from Europe just aren't in shape or are coming, you know, holding an injury. Aside from that, dude, like I said, I don't really think that Aguirre is gonna call up anybody that played in Liga, unless it's like an injury thing.
Yeah, I think Charlie would be the only one.
He shouldn't.
He shouldn't. Yeah, Marcel Ruiz, I guess you could also, but I don't think he's on the list. No, he's not. Wait, is he? Oh, he is on the list of 55. I don't know.
But I swear I heard something about his medicals being a little weird. They're just like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they said they're very worried about him.
Well, we're at the fucking game. He ended it with more ice than a fucking ice chest on his fucking knee.
They said that the medical staff from the national team went to go check him out, and that, yeah, it didn't look good. So I'm ruling him out as well. We need to get some Cruz Azul fans in this mix, because right now it's like no one really gives a fuck on this panel that Cruz Azul end up champions in this bullshit Liga where a lot of players had to miss out on. And they played against the Pumas that played at Nada, man. The only person I feel bad for is Keylor Navas, man. What a fucking Liga that he had. And unfortunately, you know, they didn't have the offense. They needed Memote, Albert.
Like Rifado told me, if only Memote were playing.
If only Memote were playing, I think they would have maybe won.
I don't know, man. It was. I do feel a little bit bad for Kaylor, but they deserve it.
Yeah,
Fuck them, man.
He misses the World Cup, and he makes it to a final and he loses, and it's not it's not anything of his doing. It's just the team wasn't up to par.
It's funny on the broadcast, like Costarricenses should be proud of Keylor Navas. It's unfortunate that he's not going to the World Cup, and it's like, yeah, por tu culpa, pinche piojo.
That is crazy, flaming out in a year where so many from CONCACAF can join in. But I don't know, man. It was, yeah. I didn't like the final at all.
No.
Shout out to Cruz Azul. I guess they deserved it. Pumas, I got nothing against them. It's just the coach. If he just wouldn't say the things he says, he'd be fine with me.
Oh,
Just
man.
imagine the quotes that we would have after this.
I feel bad for his son. That kid's gonna get bullied.
But you know what? It's Efrain, is welcome. I mean, Mexico soccer needed. We didn't have personajes like Chile. We don't have personajes like Chelis no more, or like Boy that fucking get people going and shit like that. And it looks weird, If he doesn't go to Europe anytime soon, I think Efrain's gonna give us a lot of talk about.
The issue is that, or at least for me, is that it doesn't seem natural. I mean, there's old video of him talking to the press and stuff, and he did not sound like this. It's like he's like, doing it for the cameras.
No, you know what? I saw him in the 2010 to the lead up to the World Cup in 2010. They had a game in Pasadena, and the same fucking cocky fucking attitude. It's like that, like the same fucking he's fucking full of himself. Somebody fucking some fucking fan was so fucking pissed. Pendejo, yo te conozco de la bondojo, like fucking, because he has that fucking attitude, and to me, it's the fucking same guy.
Hey, now the image that's floating around the internet is the Pumas player that touched the trophy. Because they say it's bad luck to touch a trophy before winning it, and he obviously touched it, and Pumas ended up losing. So now you got someone to blame.
Because even Efrain, they try to get him to touch, and he's like, "No, you don't touch that. You don't touch the trophy.
You don't touch it before you win it." Yeah, that's crazy.
Where's the deal? The podium is here for him. Instead of fucking attacking the Chivarmanos, it's for him to fucking glow about his team. That Cruz Azulino gospel. Where the fuck is he?
I don't know, man. I'm assuming Chemos fans right now are all getting the bag.
Another thing about this final that I didn't like was, like, I feel like they were just dropping like flies, man.
Yeah.
Injury after injury. I was like, damn.
I mean, it turned into a WWE event at one point. They were just, I think after Carrasquilla injured, was it Paradela or whatever, and he had to get subbed out. I think after that, they're like, oh, it's going to be like that. We're going to fuck you guys up too. And that's exactly what happened.
I don't like wishing injury on anybody, but if he misses the World Cup, Carrasquilla, like if his injury ends up being bad,
he's missing the World Cup, bro. He was in tears.
If he misses, bro, I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna pour some out for him too.
I got nothing against him, dude. I think he's Panamanian. I got nothing against Panama, dude.
No, he's just kind of a dirty player. I mean, shit. Like, in my opinion, the Paradela, that injury that Paradela got, it didn't seem that bad. It didn't seem like he was trying to hurt him. But I mean, we saw him injure their goalkeeper, and then it's part of the reason why their goalkeeper was kind of ass for a little bit.
We have a moment of silence for our Pumas fan, Tomas. Welcome, Tomas. Sorry about your loss.
What's up, bros? It's with a heavy heart that I must show face here and give a little bit of a eulogy for these shit fucking cats, right? I think these, I don't know how you guys felt in the first match. Overall, it was like a very underwhelming final. It felt like no one wanted to win, if that made sense. In the first leg, I don't know if Efra was playing bunker ball or just kind of satisfied with the empate. I saw his final in Colombia, and it looked like he was That wasn't his style. But the first match, to me, it seemed like it was bunker ball. Today's match, they just kind of unraveled a little bit. I don't know if it's just random. I don't know if there's like one main thing to pinpoint, but Pumas had every shot to win this. It was set up beautifully for them. The injuries, they didn't help. Carrasquilla injury didn't help, obviously. But I think a little bit of their depth got exposed as well. But congrats to Cruz Azul. I don't want to say that this is going to be an asterisk title. I know Abdias, I don't know if he's out there somewhere. Maybe he's enjoying some cement in his company of his wife. And I know he just got back from his cruise. So after a spirited appearance last time, so maybe he funneled all of his energy into that, or maybe there's some sacrifices behind the scenes. Either way, congrats to them. It was an underwhelming title. This whole Liga, it felt off. Didn't feel like anything at this. Maybe the looming World Cup is kind of there, but just it feels off. Either way, Efrain's kid's gonna get his ass whooped. It'll be interesting to see what he has to say in his presser.
Tomas, I commend you for joining us. A really tough loss. Honestly, I will say in the most, if you think about losing a final, this was probably like the least painful, right? Like ripping off the Band-Aid just at the very last minute, right? It's not like you guys were suffering for, 30 minutes. It was just like the last 3 minutes, boom, it's over.
The other thing too is Pumas, although they were the leader, it kind of felt like they kind of did in Mario Kart when you got the blue shell.
Yeah, it's exactly what happened.
And you're like in 5th, 6th, leading up to the last lap, and then you throw that bitch, and then you find yourself in first place. That's kind of what happened with Pumas, I feel. They still lack a couple strikers, in my opinion. Kaylor's Kaylor, right? Like he's a fucking stud. But I don't want to say that they're lucky that they found themselves in this position, but maybe they were 1 year ahead of the Efrain project to be in a final. So all in all, I guess they can't be too sad about that.
Well, Tomas, let me ask you this: Do you think that Efrain Juarez will continue? I mean, I'm not saying that he's gonna leave after this, but do you think he'll have like a short leash, or do you think they'll let him cook? Just because I feel like a loss like this, especially for a Mexican coach, I feel like it could really derail everything.
So this is my thing, and I'm not a historian like some of you guys here, like Joel, or even you guys that know ball better than me. But to me, Efra he's a Mexican coach, pero como que he's got a little bit of that lovable character mascot in him, where everyone is talking about Pumas this year because of him and his fucking little quirks. But at the same time, I can see that if he continues to do that shit and they don't produce, he will be on a short leash. It's just the nature of Liga MX. And then that there's going to be detractors out there that are going to say, oh, look, we got a final with 2 Mexican coaches. And ironically, it was one of the more boring recent finals in history. So there will be that. It will be interesting. But my guess is that they want him around. But if he shits the bed next year, again, these like little press conference, these bite sample quotes and all that, who knows if that starts rubbing people the wrong way. We'll see.
Hey, what the fuck is Eric Lia doing there? I just saw the images of him hoisting the trophy. What the fuck?
Bro, both him and Memote were there.
Snuck out.
Aguirre gave him and Memote permission to be with the team as long as they didn't see minutes.
Wow. That's so stupid, bro.
Pinche asco Aguirre.
Hey, you know what? Look, I don't care if Cruz Azul haya ganado el champion. It doesn't really matter. Lo que sí me cayó gordo is ver fucking Chiqueta Orozco all fucking happy. He didn't do shit, though.
Yeah, he didn't do a goddamn thing. We have El Rifado joining us.
Hey, right now,
Hey, good evening. What's up, Albert? What's going on?
what's cracking?
I didn't mean to cut you off, man. But I was just gonna say, Hey,
Don't worry.
it was a boring ass fucking game. You guys are right. And the man of the match for me was Piovi for Cruz Azul. Man, he was in on goal one moment from distance. The next, he's the last tackle before like a goal scoring opportunity. So he really impressed me. I think he's an Argentine. I don't think he's going to the World Cup, but good performance from him. And it is sad for Juarez. I guess I was rooting for Pumas. I thought they were gonna win it, and they had the opportunities, man. But Antuna fucking like I go, dude. And you have to wonder. He does have a connection to Cruz Azul, man. Is this an inside job?
Man, what a fucking wild season for football. Arsenal won the league after 24 years. Cruz Azul wins today. What does that mean for the Champions League final and for the Champions Cup on same day too?
Hey, man, before we move on, did you see the fucking wild celebrations in fucking Kenya and in fucking Jakarta because of fucking Arsenal? Wow, they were fucking... They fucking the whole country were in the fucking street celebrating Arsenal. That was crazy.
Oh, well, do they have like a Kenyan player? Like, what's the?
I don't know. I mean, in Jakarta they were fucking. I don't know. It's just that I think that Arsenal like a world brand. Like they do. Like I'm pretty sure they go to those countries. I don't know. I don't know. Kenya they do preseason match, but they're fucking. It was like their fucking national team had fucking done something. It was ridiculous.
It's been a weird year for football. Spurs was just a match away from getting relegated and ended up being West Ham instead. But Cruz Azul winning this championship, obviously, there'll be enough time when you look back and say, oh, they won 10 titles fair and square, but there should definitely be an asterisk on this one. Again, they beat a Chivas without 5 of their key players. They beat a heartless Pumas. Easiest fucking final for Cruz Azul. Congratulations.
Oh, and you forgot they got some help with fucking Atlas, fucking refs.
Yeah.
Did you, real quick, just on the individual player highlight, Jordan Carrillo has been one of these guys that stood out. What did you guys think of his performance tonight?
It was great. He had some fucking good fucking spots.
I thought he was one of the lone bright spots for Pumas, right?
He needed some support, man. He needed somebody else to help him out offensively.
And I know you guys are covering the Cruz Azul Pumas final, but to be honest, it was kind of ass. I just wanted to ask you guys a quick question regarding Tena's comments on the Pochos. I think you guys might have covered it in the last pod about Pochos being like the Band-Aid, if you will, for Mexico and Guatemala, apparently. Do you guys think that Pochos are going to be like the new, we call it like the new glitch, if you will, for the Mexican national team and the lack of talent that we have right now?
I'm surprised he made those comments, to be honest. A coach of his tenure, a coach with his experience, those are some bold statements to be making. But I think it's he's just trying to stir the pot. I think he's just trying to stir the pot, and obviously like also acknowledging the current form of some of these Mexican American players, like Brian. Brian is just on a freak level right now. Just got hot at the right time, and I think if you're Charlie Rodriguez, you have a fucking, I mean, that's a fucking slap to your face, right? Being part of so many cycles and being part of Aguirre's team. And then for this dude to only get 6 caps and go to the World Cup, it's a big fuck you.
On Friday, I think he's going. I think Charlie's going to go.
We went in depth with this with Rifado and Joao, and we were talking. It's just the athlete that's grown in the U.S. It's it's just the nutrition wise, the training, and MLS seems to have a better academy system than whatever Mexico has. I mean, these guys may not be world beaters, but they're exporting guys. And look, Obed and Brian. It's two pochos that look like they could be. It's not gonna be like the ones in the past where you just call them to captain. I'm not. These guys look like they're gonna be, especially Brian, like they're gonna be contributors.
For a long time, I really didn't rate them because we just didn't have anything of quality. And then you would obviously see the U.S. men's national team take some of these players like Gringo Torres and Hurt Gomez and all these fucking bums that really didn't amount to anything. And you can add a new one to the list with Diego Luna doing all these fucking commercials for the World Cup. And guess what? Your ass ain't going, son. So
that's part of the reason that I asked, because that guy was on commercials, right? He was like there with Pulisic, and then to not make it, how many pochos that grew up in a Mexican household that were torn, like, do I play for Team USA or Mexico? Now look at that and say, well, I'm looking at guys like Brian Gutierrez. He's balling out. Like, maybe I should be looking at Mexico instead.
But on the other hand, Zendejas was called up in the leaked squad that was published, I think, by the Atlantic. And so, a pocho did make it, just not the one that was in the commercial, which is, some private organization that's not a part of.
Is that official though? Because I haven't.
It's this week, the official. That was just some journalist supposedly with insider information. But even from the inside, I'm pretty sure they're gonna leak fake information. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, because it's not official yet. Obviously, there's leaks nowadays, but I haven't seen anything on paper saying that Zendejas is going. I will say though, it's always been very competitive, right? Both federations have tried to court players, and you have to acknowledge that this is a strategy that Chivas are doing as well. You don't get a Brian Gutierrez in the World Cup or even on Mexico's radar if he doesn't make the move to Chivas. Let's call it what it is. And then they also got Richie Ledesma. Ever since Chivas made these moves, they've been called up to the national team. It's the Chivas effect there for sure.
Yeah, and it just the fact that it worked both ways. Brian got seen by El Vasco, but also convinced Brian, because Brian was undecided. I guess being around the culture, being around a Mexican team and seeing El Tri closer, convinced them. It worked both ways.
So Brian is a Midwestern guy, even though he's from Chi-Town, and I think that's like one of the major strongholds for the U.S. men's national team. And so it's no surprise that he was torn, because he's in the heartland of their fan base.
But is it? So do you guys think it's a Chivas thing, or do you think it's a Liga MX thing? Because I think I could see both being, especially with how Chivas was playing, I could see it being a factor. But in my opinion, it's like now seeing them play in Liga MX, which I think we all consider it a better league than MLS. Then now it's like, okay, like let's give them a shot.
I think a lot of teams are following suit. Like, let's look at who do we want to look at?
Pachuca has done it. Pumas has done it. Pumas, yeah.
Pumas. And others. I'm blinking on names, but there's other teams who have rated MLS and taken their players. And so I think it's an undertapped or underutilized market. That's gonna blow up.
Like El Titan Saucedo, he didn't debut in Liga MX. He debuted in MLS. So even he was born in Mexico, but his opportunity came with I think RSL, and then Chivas got that. I think that's where Chivas hired him from, if I'm not mistaken.
You can also say Efrain Alvarez, right? Because he played for LA Galaxy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and he wasn't really getting a look until he went to Cholos.
The guy that I blanked on was Tony Leone for LAFC. He's now at Pumas. He was on the bench then.
Mm.
But Efrain was already part of the national team system. I think he was what 5-6 years back. He was like the main player of the Sub-17. So he was already part with playing with the Galaxy. He was already part of the Mexican national team system.
To answer an earlier question, I think Efrain Juarez is earned his stay for Pumas at least another season before they start considering chopping his head off. And yeah, I mean, he got him to a final. Obviously, like, he lost, and that's gonna reflect poorly on him. But I mean, Pumas were in bad shape before he came in, so I think he stays for another season. And as for Wiki, I'm sure Cruz Azul will use this excuse to say, "All right, man, here's the contract. Like, you're gonna be the coach permanently." Will Wiki take it, or will he be like, you know what? I'd rather go back to being an assistant coach and staying, in this team for a long time? Because we all know how Cruz Azul treats their coaches, man. It's a very short leash.
I think he got to take the job, bro. He's obviously a Chemo for life. He made his whole career there. I feel like that's the dream. Especially, I mean, Wiki, he played through all those years where Cruz Azul was winning nothing.
Yep.
So now I'm sure for him, like, this is like super special. So, like, bro, he's living the dream. If I was in his shoes, I would want to do it until the wheels fall off.
It is a beautiful redemption arc, for sure.
The thing is, we don't know how he's going to play in regular season, because Larcamón carried this team for 17 fixtures. He just got the benefit of only playing knockout games. And even then, to me, it wasn't that impressive.
But like Larcamón, when he got fired, he had like 4 or 5 games without a win. And so, like, they were trending downwards.
I think it was
and
longer,
so they wanted
dude.
to stop the bleeding. I think you're right.
It was like 8 or 9 games.
Look, to me, Wiki is a player's coach. I heard a lot of shit about Larcamón, that the players didn't fucking like him. He was a disciplinarian and shit like that. And Wiki was a player's coach. He was a player. He bleeds blue. And you know what? A lot of times the importance is to the quality was there, but he got the fucking guys to fucking buy in. Yeah, I put an asterisk but on the title, but you know what? They got the title. They made it, and obviously, I think somebody said, like, does Wiki get credit? Fuck yeah, Wiki gets fucking credit for this, because fucking he got the fucking players to fucking buy into him without having experience. Just on the fact that he was a player himself and he bled blue, and something clicked in his players, and he has a title.
Also, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Just really quick, I just want to say regarding Efrain, we know that he's going to lose Jordan Carrillo, right? He's on loan.
Yeah.
That Paraguayan dude, is he still going to be there for another 6 months, or like, does anybody know? Rifaldo, do you know if he's still going to be there next season, or if he's going to go back to Toluca?
Are you talking about Robert Morales? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on loan from Toluca, which is crazy to me, man. Like, how are you going to loan a player of this caliber out? But yes, he is on loan. I don't know if it's with an option to buy. I know that there is no option to buy for Jordan Carrillo. So, Pumas will have to rebuild a little bit. And honestly, if you compare the two squads, one of them is so much more polished, so much more mature, and that's the Cruz Azul one. And so, like, Pumas, it's a shame that they lost, but they really don't have the same amount of quality that Cruz Azul has. Like, I think the only standout better player is Keylor Navas, as opposed to Mir, who's been trash.
Yeah, to me, it just feels like this was like their one and only chance.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like it was just like a combination of things where,
the stars
aligned. World Cup year and most teams lost. Yeah, exactly. And so now it's like, okay, Jordan Carrillo, which was like a top 3, top 4 player for them, now he's going to be gone, because now there's going to be a bidding war. He's going to go back to Santos, and there's a bidding war, and Pumas might not have the money to buy him, right? And then you have these other I mean,
Memote is going to...
I don't know who else is leaving.
Hey, after Memote helps us win the World Cup, he's going to go straight to Real Madrid. So, yeah, you can count him out, too, according to Albert.
I'm telling you, he's going back to Chivas. He's going to replace Hormiga when he's gone.
Oh, God.
They still have JJ Macias.
Oh, shit. On one fucking leg. Yeah. Cruz Azul will play Toluca in the Copa de Campeones. That's all the way in July. And that's going to be in Dignity Health Sports Park. And as far as what's up ahead, well, we still have a Champions Cup to fight for. It's going to be Toluca versus Tigres. And then it's also on the same day as the Champions League and, of course, the Australia versus Mexico game. So don't do anything May 30. Call out of work if you need to. It's a Saturday. Sit your ass down and enjoy all the football that the gods have given us. Yeah, I don't know, dude. This final just didn't feel like anything. It didn't feel like, usually when you watch a final, there's some excitement, there's some, eagerness to it. But this just felt like a regular Sunday match. There was nothing in it, dude. And in the way,
part of it,
it's horrible.
I feel like the way they were playing, it wasn't even intense football.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was very weird. They were not going 100%.
It's like a half-assed final. It was weird.
But like I said, when America was eliminated, bro, hey, I'm ready to see some Mexico football, bro. I don't care. I want to watch the World Cup. I'm already trying to plan out how to get out of work to, watch the first match.
Yeah. I wasn't able to hop on the post-game match between Mexico and Ghana. I think it was definitely a game of two halves. But for me, the biggest takeaway is Gil Mora he's such a jewel, man. He's such a joy to watch. And he's really the only thing about this Mexican national team that I'm looking forward to once the World Cup kicks off. I hope that we protect them against Australia and Serbia, just so he's in full shape against our first game against South Africa. But I mean, he's going to be one of the biggest revelations of the tournament, hands down.
I was saying that maybe they shouldn't play him. Just let him rest up because he's coming off an injury, right?
I agree. And, unfortunately for Hormiga, things just didn't go his way. Like, he wasn't able to capitalize on that one loose ball. He should have put it away. And now I think with Memote scoring, I think he's kind of gone up in the pecking order, if I'm being completely honest. Yeah. Albert, man.
Shit, look who just joined.
Albert's he's just predicting the future. But welcome, Joel. Talk to me.
What up, fellas? Wanted to congratulate Abdias. I don't think he's even in here.
He joined, bro.
Oh, he just joined. Welcome, Abdias.
¿Qué oña, putos? ¿Cómo andamos?
Congratulations, man.
Pues mira, well, I don't even need that congratulations, man. I've been telling y'all, like, I pushed your shit in. Pinche equipo de segunda. Los Pumas son un pendejos. Ahora no mames. Aquí estamos.
Yeah, no tienes vergüenza, güey.
Yes.
You guys got the easiest cup. Congratulations.
Espérate, no mames. No me estaba cagando por un 2-0 a medio tiempo. No mames.
You guys,
Esto es Cruz Azul, papá. This happens all the time.
you guys should get a mini trophy, maybe like 9.5 titles, because it's not a full title, bro. You guys played Tapatío.
You mean the one that you guys were all like, acá de que, la media temporada somos el número uno y quién sabe qué.
Hey, dude.
Because those are the titles that y'all celebrate. Those
You
are
guys
like
had
mid-season tournaments.
You guys will never have an easier cup than this one. Congratulations.
And you know what, man? You won't see a cup for another 10 years because you already shit the bed in your once-a-decade appearance.
We still got one more year before that's true.
Entonces, pero pa' que veas, güey. Humble yourselves.
Humble
I don't
yourself.
think Abdias can get hurt
Ya
anymore.
llegó el grande. Aquí me lo estoy.
Oh my God, dude. Relax, man. You
¿Qué,
guys.
güey? Son 10.
It was a final of losers, bro. Perpetual
Yeah, and
losers.
guess who wasn't there?
It's like it's like a charity match, bro. It was embarrassing. What a fucking boring ass final. And both of your
Honestly,
goals were just so terrible, man. Just like freak accidents. An own goal
What the fuck
got
are you talking about?
Dude,
The
you guys
Rotondi
got an
goal was
own goal,
amazing.
man. Pumas just fucking defeated themselves with that own goal and those 2 red
honestly,
cards.
I think this final cheapens the league because of the losers that were in it.
For real, dude.
Ay, cómo les gusta llorar, ¿verdad?
Nah, we're
Puro
just
pinche
giving
lloriqueo
you
por
shit because you're
aquí,
here, bro.
Lloriqueo por allá.
We're just giving
Pero
you shit.
¿sabes qué? Ganó el Cruz Azul, putos. Y toda la temporada están de que no, que la van a Cruz Azulear, que quién sabe qué. Pero al último, ¿quién es el que se termina viendo como pendejo? Efraín, su hijo y todos ustedes.
You know, my theory is you guys huffed so much cement that you got the rest of us high and we're just in some weird fucking fever dream. I think that's my theory. We're all gonna wake up from this shit and be like, oh, that was just fucking, you guys were just high as fuck.
It was just some fugazi shit.
It was just too much chemo, bro.
Hey, Diaz, you know Cruz Azul passed Chivas on official titles now?
Ya, güey.
Official.
Somos...
Wait, what?
Ya, güey, la conversación va a ser los tres grandes, ¿verdad? Ame,
You guys
Toluca,
what the
y
fuck
Cruz
are you guys
Azul.
counting? Fucking Mickey Mouse cups? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
No, güey, y también con un chingo de concas. ¿Y ustedes con cuántas?
1, 2.
Wow. Dime
Wait,
cuando
what-
tengas
what-
7, güey.
Nos
Yeah.
robaron una, so
They're counting
they
all
should be three.
the Copa Mekis and all these
Mira,
fucking
mira.
friendlies and shit.
Mira, y si quieres que te enseñe la grandeza más, güey, I'll drag my nuts across your fucking face. Dime, güey, ¿cuántas Leagues Cups tienes? Porque yo tengo una. ¿Y ustedes?
You guys are counting League's Cup? No, pues así, ¿cuándo, güey?
Nadie in Mexico has it, güey.
You guys
Yo soy el único.
You guys are also
Leagues.
counting Superliga and fucking what was the tournament to get you into Copa Libertadores? What was that shit called? Interliga? You guys are counting those too?
Interliga, yeah.
Hey, güey.
Are you counting second division
Mira,
titles? 'Cause
Primero, no, güey, porque I've never been there. Ahora, really quickly, you know what's the thing about those trophies? You have to reach the final to get them. And you know who never does? Chivas.
we're not gonna turn this
What?
into
They were
another
just in
Chivas
the
pod,
final not
bro.
that long ago.
Let's talk about the fucking
And
final.
they shit the bed. They shit the bed in 5 minutes. That's how bad Chivas is. They shit the
What
bed in
happened?
5 minutes last time that they were
You
in the
should
final.
know. It happens.
Ahora, if you want to talk about this, let's talk about it. All that it was just an exercise in futility, right? How many soldiers are you willing to sacrifice and still get to the end of your goal? And guess what? Pumas couldn't fucking hack it.
So
They don't
Cruz
have the
Azul-
squad.
So Cruz Azul 20-year drought is an exercise in futility. I'm gonna start calling it that.
Hey, that's an exercise in aguante.
Yo, talk about Antuna being the mala suerte, lost the final against America in 2024, lost the final against Toluca in 2025, and now lost the final against Cruz Azul.
Ouch.
I wouldn't get too spicy because he did win one against Chivas. Espérate, chiquita, no te me aburaces.
But he has been getting in finals, so you
Was
gotta give
he?
him that.
Was he on that Tigres team?
Yeah, it was right after we offloaded him. Entonces, nomás para que veas. Now, really quickly, I'm going to be honest, man. I liked Antuna's game. Antuna's game was good up until he got the red card, right? Por pendejadas.
Wait,
Pero
he's a
he was
good player.
looking dangerous. He was the one. No. Hold on.
He
Let me
sucks
finish
at
what I was saying.
crossing, dude.
But his crosses were actually looking good this time. They
No,
weren't looking
dude.
bad.
He had one. He just didn't even look up. He just crossed. It was a really, really good run by Ramon Morales. Was it Roberto Morales? Sorry. He cut into that near post, and Antuna didn't even bother looking up, bro. He just fucking crossed to the back post.
Yo, do you remember this great basketball player called Garrett Nash?
Who?
You remember Garrett Nash? Oh,
No.
Steve Nash. Sorry, Steve Nash.
Garrett Nash, bro.
Garrett Nash. I'm
Yeah,
combining two
that was
different
a country
players.
singer.
Steve Nash.
All right.
Those no-look passes, the best thing around the league. That's all Antuna was doing, bro.
Yeah, but he doesn't do
Well,
them
a lot of times
intentionally.
you see it before you pass it. A lot of times, if you're looking around the field, by the time you get the ball, you already know where you're gonna pass it.
And you already know
But
where
that-
your man's going to be. Like, if you're
Yeah.
playing your system, you know where your guy is.
Hey, talk
Yeah,
to me
he's-
about
he-
Abdias. Talk to me about Carrasquilla.
No, güey, no hay una canción más bonita que esa, neta. Neta, fuck that guy. fuck that dude. He deserves every single last bit.
He's going to miss out on the World Cup, bro.
Happy he's missing out on the World Cup. Good. He fucking deserved it. All right? ¿Sabes por qué? Por mala leche y por puto. All right? Lo que le hizo a mi portero, he also put, let's not forget, he put Colombia's goalie, at the time, starting goalie, at risk. And now Kevin Mier probably lost that starting goalie position. Entonces, good for him. Quería ser mala leche. Se tardó todo un pinche torneo, pero ¿sabes qué, güey? El tiempo nunca se equivoca y te viene a partir la madre.
Karma's a bitch, bro. He got that shit instantly.
It is.
Hey,
he
so
deserved it.
what
And
happened
seeing him on the
to,
sidelines crying, like grabbing his crotch, was the best.
So what happened to Paradela?
Ooh, all right. So
Pecho frío, bro. That's all that happened, man.
No. Okay,
He
okay.
broke his pussy?
Wait, did you see the jersey he had underneath his Cruz Azul jersey?
I did see that he had some bullshit underneath it. I didn't know what it was.
It was like an Argentine team, bro. Oh, I can't even say it. They're like, you know, they don't.
What do you mean you can't say it? Say it. Speak from
I
the
can't.
chest.
You know, they're like they don't have like loyalty. You know, their heart's always in a different club. I'll say that.
You can call them mercenaries. You can call them turncoats. What do you want to call them?
Globalists. But anyways, keep going.
Ah, okay. A little bit with a long nose, como los argentinos.
Just keep going. Hey, just come on.
Pero como dije, güey, I didn't see it. Most importantly, I was still on a flight trying to get back to Cleveland because it's my travel day, dude. Really quickly, 14 fucking hour long travel day. All right, it's been ridiculous, but I made it back home. Unfortunately, I missed the first about 16 to 20 minutes of the match.
Oh, wow.
But what I did get to see, I'm going to put it more at like 16. I did get to see the replay and things like that of what was happening. And he kept clutching at his side, kind of like ribs. And as he was leaving too, you could tell that he was having a hard time like breathing. And he was holding on to his side. So I'm thinking que se metió un putazo entre se cayó mal o algo así right on his ribs y se las chingó. Because then if you listen to the commentators, they were talking about how cuando se chingó el otro morrito, ¿verdad? That second injury that Cruz Azul had, they were talking about how it's best to take him out as soon as the injury happens instead of what happened with Paradela, which was he got injured, they left him in there. That way they could, try to still throw some hands, try to scrap it out. But because of the deficiency that he was suffering and how slow he was playing, that's where the goal came.
It was a lot of freak goals that helped Cruz Azul win the final.
Now, hold on. Before talking about free goals, let's talk about this one. That Pumas goal. That Pumas goal was fucking bullshit, and it was nasty, man. If anything, that Pumas goal said more about Cruz Azul's lack of defending at that point in time than how good the attack of Pumas was.
Mind you, I did try to say this when they faced America. I was like, bro, they don't. It's just America's defense is just ass. That's all it is. Y me putearon.
Wait, espérate. ¿Yo Cruz Azul o Pumas?
No, I mentioned that Pumas didn't really have anything. It was just they were capitalizing on America's defensive mistakes, is what I'm saying.
Hasn't that been Pumas the entire fucking season? They haven't really shown any danger. No han enseñado ningún poquito de garra o de colmillo, güey. Lo que han enseñado es que saben cagar sangre y saben sufrir.
Well, I think so, and I also that they were the team with the most penalties, but I don't know. It's like once you have like a full season of it happening, then it's kind of like, okay, maybe that's just the game plan and it just works out. I don't know. They had a whole season of doing this, so it can't be a fluke. Sometimes there's a fluke liguilla that somebody might have, right? But they did it the whole season. So I don't know. It was weird.
And I think that's the key with Efrain, right? Because Efrain has said it, right? It's like, hey, Si te ligas a la vieja más bonita de la fiesta, pero no te quiere mamar el culo, ¿para qué te la llevas a la casa, güey? Llévate a 2 5 y que te hagan todas las pinches cochinadas que quieras. Al fin del día es un pinche 10 cuando lo llevas al banco.
Yeah. Well, he had a limited squad. I don't think anybody saw Pumas at the start of the season fighting for the league title.
I sure as fuck didn't. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you.
Yeah, no one was talking about them as favorites or candidates or nothing of the sort.
If anything, let's be honest. We were all talking about how Efrain was about to get fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that changed that entire discourse was the fact that he sacrificed his own son and made his son into a meme. And now,
He did.
pobre morrito's gonna get bullied all summer long, man. Los
Well, I mean, I don't
chingazos,
think
las
Pumas-
putizas.
I don't think the Pumi would be on him because I think the fans they recognize that what the team was about to achieve and you know how it came down to they thought pretty much it was a hard defeat, you know.
Hard defeat happened in the last closing minutes of the match. Again, it was like a rug pull, man. It was
Y fue de
surreal.
chilena, güey. Like, pinche Rotondi, güey. After a red card, after everything, yo, I shit you not. I was listening to the match through my Meta glasses because once again I had been traveling. I had just gotten home. I was turning on the TV, and I hear the fucking the red card for Antuna that it's official, right? Like because they went to VAR and it was a little bit controversial. Y boom, it's official. Y no, hombre, güey, me convierto en el piojo en Sudáfrica, ¿verdad? Pinche super saiyajin acá in the sidelines. And my wife, my kid, my sister-in-law's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm over here shouting in Spanish, ¡Coman verga, putos! ¡Esta es la buena! Y no, güey, la viví. Honestamente, la décima la disfruté más que la novena. La novena no sabía qué hacer, güey. No sabía qué hacer. No la pude disfrutar. Y ahorita, sabroso.
Do you feel Cruz Azul broke that whole enigma, that whole Cruz Azuliarla, because they would have been saying that again had they lost, and then they would have brought out how Pumas was like cheeks or whatever, and they lost to Pumas, and Wiki, as you said, he had lost about 5 finals with the team, and this time it worked opposite. Wiki finally wins, and this call goes in Cruz Azul's favor instead of the opposite.
Honestly, man, I think it's a little bit of everything, right? So the big thing here is the fact that La Cruz Azuliada, ¿verdad? It's been this thing. It's been this fucking boogeyman in the back of Cruz Azul's mind and in that fucking reptilian brain part of you. That's where the Cruz Azul has lived for so long within Cruz Azul. But over the last 4 years, there's been this, not even 4 years, bro. I want to say maybe 2-3 years, desde que llegó al Selmi, right? Hubo este cambio de mentalidad de, yo, that was then, this is now. Yes, todavía nos podemos cagar y nos puede entrar el miedo, pero es el miedo que le pasa a cualquier puto futbolista cuando estás perdiendo, güey. Esto de los fantasmas y esos eran de alguien más. La institución va a hacer algo diferente y estamos trabajando hacia algo diferente. So it's been a building block, right? It's been what's it called? Marginal increments. Little by little. Boom, 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 boom. Hasta que llegamos aquí. Ahora, I don't want to say that it's gone entirely, right? Because you'll never get rid of that. Just like you'll never get rid of the unofficial caste system that is in Mexico that was instilled by the Spanish. Like that's just something that's there and that's always going to be part of us, right? Now, what I will say is that now we have something that we can say, hey, that was before and this is now. Just like when in old Mexico, you started to see a lot more mestizos. You started to see all that mix and that change within the culture. That's what's starting to happen now. So I'm interested to see what happens within Cruz Azul, especially Wiki being able to be that man that, you know, the backbone of the team to be like, miren cabrones, he perdido, he ganado, pero Cruz Azul es mucho más que eso. And then we go from there.
Can I ask you something? So Cruz Azul, I see this team and I instantly think of Anselmi, and you mentioned him, but at a deeper look, I see that they're not the same team, and there's fewer and fewer Anselmi players, you know, and the ones that are left are getting older, you know, like Piovi, who had a great game today. You know, one moment he's got a shot on goal, the next moment he's saving, you know, with like a last minute tackle, right? He's 31, like Dita, who's the guy who scored the winner?
Rotondi?
The Argentine? Rotondi.
Yeah, with Rotondi, Rodo.
Those guys are like, what, 30 years old, 29 years old? You know, how much farther do you think this squad will go before it needs a rehaul?
Now, bro, I don't see these guys lasting that much longer. Now,
starting with that bum ass goalkeeper.
Wait, hold on. What kind of question is that, Riff Raff? Cruz Azul way. They'll bring in 10 players one season to the next. This isn't Chivas, man, where we got to hold on to a team for as long as we can. Cruz Azul will fucking overhaul. They fucking overhauled the coach going into Liguilla.
Bro, not even that. Before Anselmi fucking walked out, Cruz Azul spent upwards of like 11 mil on just one single player. Overall, they spent like 78 mil in that transfer window. And then he fucking left. Like, that's why I was so pissed about the whole Anselmi thing. It was the way that things were done and the fact that the club opened up the fucking purses and gave him everything that he asked for and still fucking left. Now, if you were dealing with a broke club like Chivas, I get it. Get the fuck out. Pay your own rescission clause and get the fuck out. Pero eso es Cruz Azul, way. It's a different pedigree. And now if you listen to the last interview that Anselmi gave, he was talking about how he would love to come back to Cruz Azul. He feels as if his process and time isn't done here and yada, yada, yada. No way. You know what? You chose to fucking leave out the back door. When you got to el aeropuerto de la Ciudad de Mexico, you chose to hide behind baggage claim in order to not talk to the press. So you know what? Go fuck yourself. Now, lastly, about the age of the team and how it is that they can perform. And what I was going to say is, let's not forget this. Dita is going to the World Cup. Mier is going to the World Cup. Mier, his contract is up now.
Let him go, bro. That guy's
so
fucking cheap.
We'll see what happens whether or not he's coming back.
He fucking sucks, dude.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like, he was good until fucking Carrasquilla popped him. Right? So we'll see what happens there. Dita is fucking amazing. I wish we could retain him. But I know that he's going to fucking ball out with Colombia in the World Cup. And he's gone. The Palas, we're still going to keep him. El Toro, neta, El Toro está chingado. It'd be the best time to sell him right now. It's not a good time to keep him. And then Charlie, you know Charlie's going to get a call-up to the selección. Come on, bro.
They had.
I was just saying that.
They had Eric Lira right there, bro.
He better not.
Eric Lira lifted the trophy. If anything, my question to you guys is, ¿cuánto te ardió, güey, que ahí estaba Eric Lira y Memote?
That's some fucking bullshit, dog. And look, I have no problem with them, like, being ringside, but si los vas a dejar ir a la final, pues déjalos pinche jugar, güey. No mames. What's the fucking point of that shit? It's stupid. The whole thing's fucking stupid. It was the stupidest fucking rule. I can't believe that everyone fucking agreed to do that shit. It was the dumbest
they've been
agreement ever.
Doing that for years, Jaime.
What exactly did we lose out on? What did we gain? Sorry, what did we gain with everybody sitting out on Liguilla and watching it on this fucking sofa? Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing.
Now we gained
Cruz
this, bro. You
Azul
guys crying.
Championship.
We got.
Y el lloriqueo
You
de
know
los
what we got?
próximos 10 años de las Chivas.
You know what we got? We got a bunch of fucking commercials. Is what we got. We got a fucking AI video of Chicharito handing his number 14 to fucking Hormiga in his fucking delusional fucking head, because that looked like AI. I don't think they actually collaborated together. I think he just did it on his own accord. But you had
Was that AI?
I would say, was it?
It looked like AI.
It looked funny, bro. It looked a little bit.
I
I
think-
don't want that shirt, bro.
Bro, he
That's
fucking
like Jinx.
yeah, he did wear the 14 in the Ghana game, which I thought was like, oh wow,
'Cause-
like he's embracing it, you know. But I didn't think it was like an
'Cause, like, yo,
official thing.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That the Hormiga in that video looked a little bit Pakistani and a little bit with a unibrow.
He also looked like he was looking for another chromosome, so that's why I'm like, I don't know, bro.
Damn.
Bro, he's on the spectrum, man. It's fine.
Hey, I already said that he looked Pakistani. Okay, why do you need a pile on?
I'm just saying that video
Bro,
looked a
you know
little.
why that is, bro? Es por
Wait,
la identidad.
what is?
Por esas.
Oh, the commercial?
I think
Yeah,
he's just
no,
trying
well,
to.
Just to sell more jerseys?
I think Chicharo's just trying to stay relevant in the World Cup year. I know he's going to be on the Fox panel, which I really hope they understand what they signed up
No,
for.
You know what?
I
Hold
don't
on,
think
really
it was
quickly.
his idea, though.
Really quickly.
No, I don't think it
I'm
was.
about to say this. Hold on, Juan. It was AI. It was 100% AI. You know why? And I thought something was weird. The jersey that Chicharito is supposedly giving Hormiga has the what was it? The Qatar? No. The Russia logo on it, like the design that that Mexican luchador one, the Mexican Power
No, that was
logo on it. And then if
That
you
was
look,
Brazil.
which one was that one? Okay, so it was the Brazil shirt, and then if you looked very closely at the center in the back of the neck, there was this weird like golden circle on it that no other jersey has had. So yes,
It was AI, bro.
AI.
It was AI. Yeah. I know it wasn't a real video. And you know why I know it's not? Because he's not.
Wait, but
He's
is it
not-
an official video or is it a video someone made?
No, it's his. It was his official Instagram, I think. But I just know that he's not in good terms with the national team. He's not one of those people that's going to be the, what do they call those people that like represent Mexico in the World Cup as like a spokesperson or whatever? He's not that person. So I think he just did it on his own accord, which is fucking weird.
An ambassador.
Ambassador, that's what I was looking for. Yeah.
I thought the commercial was from like the Federación or the.
I don't think so,
Oh,
bro.
right.
No, bro, it's from Mr. Interesante himself.
Oh shit. Okay, because I thought I saw FMF tweeting it, but it could just be those third-party accounts that they just make it look like they're the official account.
And you know what?
He did that just to get people talking about him right before the final. It's like when Chivas in Liguilla when you guys used to announce the new signings and shit.
Yeah, we had to steal attention from everybody. I also have, if Santi Jimenez goes to the World Cup, it's because of all the fucking commercials that he's done, bro. Because he finished the regular season in Serie A with 0 goals. And you need a minimum of 10 starts to have those kind of stats. So he had over 10 starts, 0 goals, man. Fucking embarrassing. It's on the AC Milan website right now. I'm looking at it. It's pathetic.
But they were non-consecutive starts, bro. He was injured for most of the season. And lastly, how much of a piece of shit is AC Milan? Did they win the title?
They're hot trash right now.
Where did they end up in the league?
But to get 0 as a
No.
Europa League.
No.
Zero?
Let's frame this argument correctly. Where is AC Milan? What did they finish in the league? And what is their total goal count?
I have no idea. I'm looking it up right now.
Don't just go with clickbait, my dear good sir.
They finished in
It
5th.
doesn't matter, bro. We've had
They
this
are
conversation
fifth place,
before,
and
man.
they're in Europa
I think
League.
it does, man.
But their strikers weren't scoring, man. And you had to put Leao there because of injury and because of form. They're just not generating.
They
man.
finished in
Modric,
5th.
Wolf.
and they scored 53 goals. 0 from Santi.
Santi was supposed to be a solution. That's why they signed him for what they signed him, and all he did was bring more questions.
It is a hot piece of trash, I will say.
I don't think it sucks. And at times you go in with the wrong team, the wrong tactics. That's all gonna affect you.
I don't know, bro.
He should have.
Bro,
gotten
honestly,
out, he was injured.
I blame Milan a lot
have.
more. I blame Milan way more. And yes, like you're saying, Joel, he was injured. He should have gotten out. He should have gone elsewhere. If anything, I said it before. I was like, yo, you should have gone to Germany. Why the fuck are you going to an ultra defensive league? Why? So that they can shit on you when these things happen? Cristiano struggled to score there. Everyone struggles to score there. It's an adaptation period. You fucking had an ankle injury that you've been dealing with for most of the fucking season.
Yeah, Milan's been a hot mess. The direction seems to be off.
Hey, what was Mexico's coach last World Cup? ¿Cómo se llamaba?
Tata Martino.
Yeah, Tata. Yo, nobody ever gives him credit for leaving him out of the World Cup.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
La tienes al revés, güey. The World Cup he should have went to, he didn't go to. And the one that he doesn't want, he shouldn't go to, he's going.
Yeah, I have to agree with this.
It's
as much as it hurts me, yeah, that's the fucking case. Porque, güey, ir a hat-trick, nomás para probar que eres un pendejo, güey.
A ver, dime.
What was Tata Martino's argument about not taking Santi? Do you remember it?
I don't remember, but it's probably something about him being green, which I agree because he's gone
No.
Okay, he's gone every single chance since then.
Goals,
they had to get rid of Henry Martin. Hold on, let me cook. They had to get rid of Henry Martin porque se ponía bien he got hella fucking scared of him being there, so they got rid of Henry Martin. They brought
he's fucking ass, bro.
Oh, yeah, and yet he still had more goals and more assists and less games played and less minutes played than Santi when there was like competition between the two. They got rid of him. He got too nervous around him. They brought Raul Jimenez, who you guys called the crippled, and he took his chain.
Tata said, yeah, he's scoring goals, but with limited minutes. That's what he said.
Yeah,
the literal words were, sí, Santi tiene muchos goles, pero muy pocos minutos.
Yeah.
Which is, ¿qué chingas estás diciendo, pendejo?
Well, exactamente. I didn't call him a genius.
It's like
he could be an idiot, but hey, a broken clock is right twice a day.
It's like, yeah, that guy was fucking too many girls. It's not. It's not where. No.
Come on.
It's an absurd fucking statement for a coach to say about a striker that's their job is to score goals, and regardless of how many minutes, and then he took Raul and oh god. Why you gotta put me in a bad mood, hat trick?
Yeah,
dude, I will say that. Like, why the fuck are you bringing that up? Like, that should just piss me off.
That ruined my Sunday more than Cruz Azul winning.
Bro, why?
After that World Cup. Like, how do you allow that shit to happen? And with a coach that we later find out didn't even want to be there.
We have a comment from
you. But the point is, okay, go ahead. Read.
David Vasquez, Albóndigas, start talking more shit to all the Chiva hermanos. You deserve it.
No, güey, es que if I get too spicy, they won't publish the episode again. Les suda el culo y pues me dejan living on X. Y pues, no, güey, I want for you guys to get some entertainment too. Porque los chivarmanos lloran, güey. Que no se les olvide. There's a reason why their colors are red and white. Porque cada vez, güey, se los cogen en el culo, los dejan llenos de mecos y terminan sagrando. Por eso se llama el rebaño sagrado. Pero en verdad es el culo sangrado. Las pinches perras con cuernos.
Keep talking your shit, man. It's your moment.
Bro, I already talked it. You know what? In fact, in this 14 hours of layovers, I've been going back and listening to all the episodes that we've recorded and I haven't been able to listen back to. And I've talked my shit. All right. So right now, I'm just here to gloat. I'm here to cash in all those checks of Cruz Azul la va a cagar, que Chivas va a ganar, que quién sabe qué. In fact, I just finished earlier today. I finished the episode of the first leg of Chivas versus Cruz Azul, and man, was that fucking delicious to listen back to with hindsight. It was honestly, bro, it was almost as good as fucking my wife, if not better. Because I got to hear the next episode, which was the downfall. And then that Twitter exclusive episode que fue el lloriqueo de la pinche década.
Hey, Abdias, but let me ask you this. Does Wiki stay, or does Anselmi come back, or do you guys go for Almada, who might leave Real?
Almada? What
Almada?
the fuck you talking about? He's already tied to Rayados.
No,
Yeah,
no.
I mean, refresh.
Wait.
Come on, man.
Oh, it's
talking
Almeida.
about-
Azul already said if he won, that
Almeida.
Wiki was
Hold on.
going to get offered the job.
Oh, Almeida. My bad. Hold on. So I was going to say, let's not forget, Monterrey sent their number one agent to Spain to hire Almeida. They sent Adrian Marcelo to go to the streets of Spain. First, Adrian found his daughter out in a plaza, FaceTime with his dad. They got together to have a one-on-one interview. Y al último, guess what? He comes to Monterrey.
Is he a Rayados fan?
No way. He's a Tigres fan, pero he just loves Monterrey that much.
Wow.
Entonces, ahí se viene. Y neta, güey, honestly, here's the thing about Almeida, right? If I'm getting it right, the former Papachuca coach. It's, and I've said it before, it's what I love about him, but I don't think he's a good fit for Cruz Azul, because Cruz Azul is the team that empties out their pockets whenever you ask for a player. You tell them, hey, I want this player, and they go, a huevo, here you go, boom. Here's an extra $5 million for you to find whatever other ones you want to bring along the way. All right, unos cuantos, los pobrecitos, tráetelos. Esos no cuestan mucho, and we'll make some crooked business out of them. Boom. Almeida, lo que él hace muy bien es que le saca agua a las piedras. He's that coach that's there, picándole el culo a los jugadores, rushing them along the way, all of those things. And if you don't believe it, look at his relationship with Idrisi at Papachuca. Look at his relationship with Rondon towards the end of his stint. Look at the reason why he chose to leave before the Club World Cup. Because he was demanding a lot of the players, and the players were turning against him. So why would I want that in a multi-million-dollar club?
I call that cat, bro, because Almada went to the Frankenstein project with Real Oviedo, and he took Rondon with him, so I don't believe you.
And then he bounced him back over here.
I did hear he had a row with Idrisi.
Yeah.
And it was about not being defensive enough.
Yeah, with Idrisi and
Idrisi,
with
I
Rondon
believe it.
too. No, güey, con Rondon también, güey. There's moments cuando se empican los dos. Now that they have a good working relationship, that's a different thing. Pero se encabronan entre los dos. Porque pinche Almeida cada rato, güey, está. My parents used to have this famous little saying, and they used to say it to each other. It's like, man, eres como un cuchillo de madera. No cortas, pero bien que chingas. Y es justamente lo que es ese pinche entrenador. So, what I want is for... espérame. El ingeniero Velázquez, que sea de su palabra y de sus huevos, y que se quede Wiki. If, at the very least, man, give him one tournament. If it starts to go wrong, pull him. Be like, hey, man, it's not going your way. You're an institutional man. Do you want to see this out, or do you want to step back? Because I'll be honest with you, bro. I don't want to see Wiki go. I don't want to lose him, and I don't want to burn him. I think there's a lot of good, and more than that, I think that what he means to the institution as a whole is greater than anything else. Just like I would love to see Chuy Corona one day come back as an entrenador de porteros. Mamalon. The same way that Conejo came back and was the sporting director for a short stint. Beautiful. That is what I would like to see Wiki become. And unfortunately, if we send him in there with, he's going to have the preparation. He has the body of work, pero neta, güey, soy como Chente, güey. Estoy respirando por la herida y tengo miedo de lo que va a pasar si echamos a un vato que está medio verde a una silla de tanta presión y de tanto enfoque.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier before you joined. You gotta realize that Larcamón carried this team for 17 regular season matches, and Wiki kind of got lucky because all he had was the knockout phase. So it's really hard to like be objective and say, yeah, you give him the fucking, permanent contract,
No,
and then
that's not way.
and the regular season, who knows?
Pero espérate, Joel, también, güey. That whole first half of the season, ¿cuánto putearon a Larcamón? ¿Cuánto lo putearon? Hasta yo lo puteé.
No, but I'm just saying, you told us how Wiki has been there and he's been assistant to a lot of these coaches. So he's been part of the whole structure of that club, to the point he knows all the players, he knows all the tactics that have been getting employed and all that. He knows his shit.
He's well prepared. Like, honestly, if I was going to say, hey, we're going to continue forward with this idea that we have, this body of work that we've been building towards, then yes, 100%. Give it to Wiki. All right? Because he is the man who's going to shepherd this team to that goal that we've all had. Now, if we're going to say, hey, Wiki, everything that happens from this point on rests on your head, and whether or not you survive, I know, way. That's a poison chalice that I don't want him to take.
I think he already did the hardest part, bro, which was win. So, before you joined, I was saying that if I was in his shoes, I would want that job. I'd want to dream big. He already won.
He was able to overcome.
Let's do it again. Run it back.
He was able to overcome these obstacles that usually hurt Cruz Azul in finals. It's like they flipped the coin. They flipped the script. It would have been Cruz Azul getting red carded and scored on in OT, with the clock winding down. But it all went on Cruz Azul's favor. So, yeah, I would want that, man. That lucky Wiki foot right there.
And he did it facing adversity. I mean, he lost.
That's the word I was looking for.
He lost Lita, right? Which obviously everybody lost some players. But then you had Nico Ibanez, who I thought he tore his Achilles or something, but I saw him on the bench, which was their starting striker. And then you have he loses like two players in this final out of nowhere. And it's like, holy shit, like what the fuck is going on? And he's still able to win.
That's just how bad Pumas are. This
was the hardest final he might ever play.
That's a testament to how shitty Pumas are, more than how good Cruz Azul is.
Nah, man. Now you're just dunking on the league, man. You and my fellow Chi hermano riffraff, man, talking about the weakest league and all that. just shitting on the league.
Güey, les arde el culo, güey. ¿Qué más quieres?
No.
And then,
cuando una de las mejores canciones de Chente es
an own goal.
Porque respiro por la herida, and he's Guadalajara's maximum fucking idol, pues güey, por eso les llaman las chillas.
Bro, an own goal, man. An own goal is what got you guys the victory. Own goal.
Tell me what was the scoreline at the end?
It was like 2-1, dude. It was the most boring final ever.
Oh, hold on. And which one was the own goal?
The first goal, but still.
Okay, so you know what got us the championship?
It was also another fucking free goal.
Un gol de chilena de Rotondi.
It was like a pinball.
Un gol de chilena de Rotondi, güey. Dime, güey, ¿cuántos goles de chilena metieron ustedes esta temporada?
That's not a chilena,
why are you
bro.
calling it chilena?
It's like a pregnant scorpion. It's not a chilena, bro.
It was a chilena.
Yeah.
No, it's
For
not,
sure.
bro. He wasn't on his back. He wasn't even in the air. I'm watching it right now, dude.
Hey. You know, wait, you weren't there.
Yeah, bro. Didn't
No
he just
pedo.
kick it?
He just turned around and kicked it, bro. There was
Yeah,
no,
bro. Diaz. Oh, he's on some shit right now.
Yeah,
He's
nice.
dude.
Hallucinating.
Both feet on the ground when he kicks it, bro. He didn't fucking do a chilena, dude.
Mira, güey,
He's in
en mis
another
ojos fue una puta chilena. Así de bueno fue el puto gol. ¿Ok? Y no se les olvide quién es el campeón aquí. Entonces, si yo digo que fue una puta chilena, fue una puta chilena.
Yeah,
Y luego,
it's like-
then you can link the videos afterwards. But
You
right
guys-
now, it's a reaction.
you guys are the champions of the Special Olympics. Just stop, bro. Stop.
Hey, you know what? The best part is we actually did go get ice cream this time.
No, I think we're seeing something good in the Liga MX. We're seeing the rise of all these coaches, new coaches coming in, and a lot of new players now, which we haven't seen in a long time. We haven't seen so many players coming up now that I think for the next World Cup cycle, we're going to be in a better position than probably the last 3 World Cups, where there was always questions of who was gonna, be in the national team or come in, or even like now where you're still kind of seeing it a little bit. Some players having a good season, and we already want to cap them to the national team. It did not used to be like that because the competition was more fierce. Now all it takes is 5 good games and you're national team material. But I think we're seeing this right now. We've been seeing more and more young players, which is good, man.
Joel, I guarantee you, a year from now, neither Juarez or fucking Wiki will be coaching Pumas and Cruz Azul. They'll already be fired.
Jaime,
Huh?
that's what I wanted to say is that both of them have to be supported by Cruz Azul and Pumas. If they're not gonna give them the transfers that they want, then they're just being set up for failure. But if Cruz Azul in this case, if they give Wiki an extension and they're like, what players do you want? Who should we sell or loan out or whatever? And if they give him support, then he can die on his sword.
Yeah, Pumas are gonna
I
be
think
fucking
of the
empty.
2, I would say, Pumas is always just hunting in the bargain bin. So that's going to be probably more difficult for Efrain. But I hope Pumas appreciates what he's done, man. Because I think he did a lot with a little. And if they back him up more, or I think he could make them pretty competitive and pretty consistent. With Wiki, I do Cruz Azul, man. I think Cruz Azul will bring in the players he wants. So I could see him getting a fair shot. I see Wiki getting a more fair shot than Efra. But that's kind of sad, man. I was like trying to pump myself up, and you brought me straight down.
No, Joel. You know what? No, wait, no. Jaime's butthurt right now. Like the beauty of it, way, is that like.
But it's the truth.
You have ascended past the Chillermano bullshit.
It's the truth,
See it
though.
for what it is.
Thank you.
Ahora, really quickly.
You
lo que
know
yo
it's the
quiero
truth.
Decir, ¿sabes qué? Cállate el puto hocico. Ahora, lo que yo iba a decir, güey, y lo que es importante aquí, que honestly, like you said, it gives me hope for Mexican football, and it makes me feel like football is healing again, is that we don't have a repeat champion. We have a new champion de la liga right now. No hay ¿qué es? El tetra o el tricampeonato. No hay doblete. Y sabes qué, güey, this might be against my own self-interest, but I don't want Cruz Azul to go back to
But why?
No, mames.
because that's fucking boring to
mames.
me. Because I want new champions. I want new teams to come up. I want new competitors.
Here's the thing:
Sharing is caring.
a team not repeating a championship in a long, because it's you gotta realize these are 2 short seasons, right? Is worse because it shows the lack of consistency in the league. I was actually enjoyed the fact that we had you know, even though it's America, like the fact that they were consistent for a year and a half, almost 2 years, and then Toluca winning back to back, it just goes to show, like, okay, this is a consistent league because it's been so inconsistent for so long. We always have new coaches every single week.
No, but see,
But if that's the case, then let's go to long season.
Why? Let's go to long season. I'm totally fine with that.
The counterpoint. The counterpoint to that is that it's a pretty even league. The teams aren't that much stronger than each other. You know, there's at least a good 4 or 5 teams that are pretty even. And I think that's what makes the Liga MX so exciting. You don't just have 2 teams, you know, handing off the trophy every 2 seasons. And La Liguilla means any team can win, as we've seen with Pachucas and Santos.
And
yeah.
And that's exactly it, güey. I want to see that excitement. I want to see espérate, ¿quién salió campeón? ¿Cómo? ¿Por qué? ¿Qué chingas pasó? Like, that is what I want to see. That is what gives me excitement. Now, if you want this whole consistency argument, let's go long season. Y entonces sí podemos echar putazos a lo bonito en la Conca, en Libertadores,
even in the short season, you'll see the consistency. But you won't see it in Liguilla. You'll see it if you tally the points from the short season. If you tally the points, you'll see the top teams and the top, and you see that those top 4 or 5 remain consistent for a good 2-3 years.
Wait, I live off of those tallied points.
Yeah.
Because right now, if we look it up, Cruz Azul would have the most championships out of everyone.
Yeah, it's never coming back. It's never coming back. It's too profitable to have these tournaments with these big bangs twice a year, and you know, this is wishful thinking.
But we're not talking about financial. We're talking about just sporting merit, right? Like, hey,
but that's what drives this is the financial stuff.
Who knows? Because you're saying financial, but if it's the whole system changes where it doesn't matter anymore, then they might switch it, especially when they start playing Libertadores and there's all these other tournaments. So all these tournaments, they're all liguilla type. So then they could then go back and say, all right, let's just play a season because it's the calendar's getting too congested now.
I would like long season just for the sake of long-term projects, because in the short season, you go on a 5-6 game winless streak and you're already on the chopping block, and then that, you know, basically players' progressions, like it goes backwards because a new coach goes in. Like you talk about Govea, you know, Milito said, I don't know what the fuck the other coach was thinking. Govea is like a great fucking asset to this team. And he's been a great revelation this tournament for Chivas. And it's like, bro, I mean, in a long season format, you have the opportunity to experiment, but in a short season, they just go with their preferidos, and then the young players get fucked over. So I would not be against it, but I know it's never going to happen. Liguilla is just too much profit.
Real quick, Abdias, I wanted to give you your flowers y felicitarte por ser el, as much as it hurts me to say, eres el, for the night, el rey de los Chilangos tonight with the Cruz Azul winning. Now, my question is, and you probably got a little bit from the Chiva Hermanos here, how are you feeling about the tainted championship accusations? Are you viewing this just as just as sweet as any other championship? And also with Wiki, do you think that if you put in a fucking retardo ahí en la posición de Wiki, that you guys still would have won? Because to me, it seems like the Cruz Azul is kind of just like right now is just a machine. Like it doesn't really kind of matter who you put in. I don't know if he deserves credit.
Well, I'll address the second one first. Did you say Ricardo or did you say Ricardo? Because I believe either way they're about the same thing, right? Now, Wiki, I personally believe played his hand correctly. All right. He knew when to press. He knew when to lay off. And most of all, if you saw the way that porque si ves la liguilla, ¿verdad? Al principio, he was very relaxed. He wasn't like really giving a lot of instructions. En la final, güey, he was living it. He was talking to everybody. He was giving them instructions. In fact, there's a shot in about, I want to say, the 60th minute where he's looking down the field and you just see him, that stare and that concentration that he has combined with the darkness and the oiliness of his skin and his bone structure. Me dijo, güey, así se miraba Cuauhtémoc. Así se miraban cuando llegaron los putos españoles. No, not the footballer, güey. Cuando llegaron los españoles y vieron al pinche rey, así se miraba ese puto. ¿Y sabes qué? I want him. He gives me confidence. I bet if you lick him, he tastes like chocolate y barra.
Now, he could, to play real quick, Cole, sorry. He could, if he wanted to be like a dick, it doesn't strike me as it. He was on the chopping block, if I'm not mistaken, correct? Like there was like some rumors.
You are mistaken.
Oh, he was? He was not?
He's an interim.
No, because he came as interim. So.
But I thought that there was that Cruz Azul had officially said that they didn't want to extend like a proper like offer to
unless he won.
Exactly. So like imagine that.
Brought it up.
Imagine that. Imagine your boss said, "Hey, Joel, unless he does this, and that, I don't want his ass here." But then you win. Is there not a part of you that's like, "Fuck these guys"?
Yeah,
like
fuck these guys. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, you took the job as interim because he's done it before. He's been he's been the interim before, and I do think, and I did talk about that. I did talk about how it came across fucked up. Like if he wins, he'll get offered the job, and if he doesn't, like fuck him. I think he could have done. I forgot who answered it. He could have done a better job, a bit more diplomatic. Like, we'll see what's going on and see what's best for the club. But I don't think this guy cares because he loves the club. That's why you want a player like that, as your coach. And you were talking about merit, but I feel like, technically, there's one part. The other part is how you manage the players, especially the emotions and whatnot. And then Cruz Azul to be, with the odds against him for the majority of the match, he didn't choke. We've seen other coaches fuck it up because they get nervous or whatever, and then they end up hurting the team. And I think that's in his favor that he remained calm and they were able to turn things around.
I hope they build him a statue.
Cruz Azulino, I want this guy like, hey.
They need to build Wiki a statue.
One championship, no.
But of him,
no, man.
they need to build Wiki a statue, but him with the Wiki Muertinha pose. Put it in bronze.
With
what way? No, wait, te cortaste.
Oh, the Muertinha.
Yeah. Oh,
the Muertinha.
I shit you not, bro. I saw a picture of a costalito doing the Muertinha, and I'm like, yay close from going and getting a tattoo. Like,
there is
El Costalito, Muertinha, and 10 stars around it.
I saw a picture of Wiki Muertinha, but holding the trophy. And I thought it looked pretty cool.
You could say he played dead, man, because he had the first leg at home. I know they're homeless right now, but they had it at home, and they didn't score. And so, he left it for, the away game. And, you could say that's playing possum a little bit, playing dead, like he's famous for doing.
Well, Abdias, go ahead and answer about that asterisk question, though. How do you feel about it? They're trying to downplay your título.
Mira, güey. Primero, I don't even know why you guys are saying that it's a dirty title. Like, ¿dónde se manchó el título?
Because you didn't play against
That's what I said about El Pro Day, bro.
You didn't play against the best opposition.
Con Chivas, cuando les partimos la madre, está bueno. Voy a llorar después.
You played against Tapatío.
Con Pumas, Gabe, I'm sorry that your team is fucking broke and you can't afford good players. I'm sorry that you choose to tie your hands behind your back and play with nothing but fucking beaners. And let's not forget this. This. Chivas no juega por campeonatos. La grandeza de Chivas es otra. Chivas juega por algo más.
Hey.
Chivas juega por la nación. Cuando le va bien a Chivas, le va bien a la selección. Y que quién sabe qué. So if that's the hook that you hang your hat on, then shut the fuck up and take it. All right?
No, you guys won with the handicap. You guys got a handicap. You guys got a handicap. It's like when you go golfing with someone.
For the champions. Pero está bueno. Ahora, el otro. Es un puto campeonato. And guess who hasn't won one in quite some time?
Shit, the list is pretty long. I can name you a bunch of teams.
Every single person who's in, except for Little Hat, every other one in here, no ha ganado ningún
you guys went 20 plus years without winning.
Bro, you guys went 20 years without winning. Shut the fuck up, bro.
Hey, but I got mine now. I got my 2. When was the last time you had 2?
Do you ever golf?
This much, man. We won't go 20 years.
And they're not 10 years apart. And
hey, trust me, we're not going to go 20 years without one.
También, hey, wait. Hold on. What was this funny stat that I read? 2 finals in 40 years? Or what was it?
40 years?
Two titles? The math gets funny, but y'all don't come here that often.
What are you talking about?
That's why you don't know how to act.
Bro, we won in 97, 2006, and 2017. That's not 40 years. The fuck you talking about, bro?
¿Y cuántas veces han llegado a la liguilla o a la final?
We went to the final 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Okay, so that's 1. La otra? Parece que son 4 en cada 40. Sorry, eran 4 en cada 40, ¿verdad? Something like that. The math got funny when you started to count that far apart, when you started to realize, holy shit, this is why Chivas is a national embarrassment. This is why for a long time you saw the America fans triple in numbers while Chivas was a fucking dying team of old people. That's why when Chivas talks about their championships, the memories are in black and white. There wasn't Technicolor back then.
Bro, you guys beat a fucking watered down Tapatio team to get to the final. Congratulations.
That's your team, senor. Hey, keep tying your hand behind your back.
There's only one.
And you know what I'm going to keep doing? I'm going to keep going to South America, and I'm going to keep bringing top talent.
There's only one verb that's associated with Cruz Azul, and there's only one team that's managed to produce a verb for like what they're
you guys are in Webster's
lose.
Dictionary.
You guys are perpetual losers, and you know, I guess you guys lucked out this time. Good for you, man. But I don't know. I think it's kind of crazy for this amount of gloating.
Chivas will play with naturalizado. Sorry, guys. They're like a stone throw away from that. I've been warning you guys.
Wait, they're already playing with fake Mexicans. Let's be honest.
Wait, what was that, Joel? What did you say
fake...
about naturalizados? You said, what was that?
Chivas is going to start playing with them pretty soon.
No.
Okay.
They're not that far from that. They are. Look, man.
I don't know, man. They had a Peruvian. They have a couple gringos. They have a couple people who play for different national teams.
Chivas fans.
Ormeño was born in Mexico, though.
Were already. You guys, a lot of Chivas fans, they were already hoping to bring the Argentine guy that ended up at Cruz Azul.
Luca
Did he even
Romero?
play in the final? I only got to see like the last 5 minutes. Yeah.
No.
Dude, they were already
He didn't play.
trying to get his jersey going. Well, he couldn't up with Chivas.
Yeah, but Luca was born in Durango, and Ormeño was born in Mexico. The one I will say is like Wale. Wale, that one's fucking questionable as fuck.
But here's the thing, because you guys forgot, because Vergara made a big deal about it, and this wasn't like something that was even talked about. He said, if you play for another national team, you cannot play for Chivas. And Chivas blocked or didn't go after like 2 pochos because they were like in the youth US team. And then from the Ormeño, that's when they flipped the script.
No, they did it before Ormeño, I feel.
No, who?
I'm trying to
that
think.
was in the national team.
Was it?
There was pre-national team.
When did Cade Cal
And
come in?
that-
Or maybe it was.
after
It's a
Ormeño.
stretch. I think it's a
And
stretch to say that.
after Ormeño, and this is where you see the hypocrisy of the fans. It's just coming from the rival team, and the fans are eating that shit up, man. Which I was like, wait, what's going on here? And then Luca Romero news, and everyone was lighting candles, hoping that would have happened until Cruz Azul snatched him last minute. But you're seeing it now, and so that's not that far away from getting like a Quiñones, someone that came to Mex and has been in Mex a couple years now and has the citizenship. And I honestly don't because like Elias was saying, if you add the titles, league titles, like in 40 years to just one, like 2, even 3 in a 40-year span, come on, it's very little. And Chivas is getting to that point where they're gonna get knocked down. They already got knocked down because they were the team with the most titles. America knocked them down to second. And you have to look at Cruz Azul right there already. Tigres also. And so we're not that far off if Chivas continues on this, or they're going to drop to 5th, 6th in leagues. So then the club the club's going to have to make a choice. Pretty. How far though with 2 campeonatos, 2 championships a year? Think about it. Look how quick America left Chivas behind.
Yeah,
after
but
tying them.
We're currently living in the Pocho Gold Rush, man. There's this underutilized market in the United States that people are only just
but all the teams are going to have access to them. That's the thing, though. The other teams are also going to take advantage.
Who's got the most? Who's made the most? Chivas.
Who's got the most money, dude? That's the thing. Who has the most money? And so I do think eventually, and I think they already know this because the whole planning for bringing in Pochos was set in stone. That was the whole thing of getting Chivas USA, and that was in 2005. So we're going back 21 years now, where they already knew they were going to start mining over here in the U.S. And I do think this guy, Brian Gonzalez, if he has a good World Cup, I think he's going to change the perception of the Mexican-American player, even though there's been a few. But I think it's going to become more acceptable now. Even with Chivas, I think with having the Cowboy Cowl, and then the fans were very accepting of him. So you probably see more and more players coming in to Chivas to this point where you already saw the team change, because it used to be that the club was Jalisco or that they represented Mexico, Mexican soccer. That means you're playing it in Mexico, not in Los Angeles or Chicago. That's when it stops being. So let's start thinking about it. How far away are you now from a naturalizado? Not really far, man.
Well, look, let me keep instigating. So, as you mentioned, Jolie, Toluca matched Chivas, right, with 12 titles. Cruz Azul went up to 10. Toluca, you guys don't really have to worry about Toluca because Toluca has like 5 fans, and internationally they don't really,
But that doesn't mean
nobody
they
outside of Mexico,
win.
right?
But that didn't stop them from matching them.
Yeah, but Cruz Azul has a fan base. They have 10 titles now. They're 2 away. They have they're tied with the most in obviously in the Champions League and stuff. And they also have something that you guys used to brag a lot about, which is that final in the Copa Libertadores, right? You guys used to talk about that a lot, about you guys being I'm not talking about anybody here specifically, but I heard that a lot from Chivistas about, we got to a final and somehow that put them above other clubs, I guess. But Cruz Azul also has that. So my question to you guys, the Chivistas, I want to know if you guys are a little worried now about getting overtaken.
I'm not worried. I've been expecting it. It's going to happen. I wrote about this like 10 years ago, maybe longer, where I said, hey, Chivas can continue in this trajectory they're going and remain at the top. At this rate, they're going to fall back pretty, and it's going to become more difficult for them, especially with the Mexicans-only policy, to play catch up just because there's not that many players, even in Mexico. So to me, I'm not worried. It's just the reality of what it is. That's why I know some people get mad or they think I'm talking shit, but the naturalizado is just gonna happen. And technically, they are Mexicans. You know, the whole thing of it never said you had to be born in Mexico. Do you know what I mean? Pedro Vergara came in and steered the pot with a lot of the stuff of the rules of what you had to do to be Chivas. Because, like I'm saying, if you go far back, it just used to be Jalisco players. That's what it used to be. It wasn't any Mexican. It was Jalisco players. Then it became any Mexican. And then they changed it again to, well, if one of your parents is Mexican, you know, then it's going to go, well, if you ate a gansito and if you drank half a Corona, you know, that's good enough. We see it with the Europeans. They eat a taco and it's like, Hans, hermano, eres Mexicano. So that's not far from that, dude. We're really not far from that.
There's a crazy stat that I just saw on Twitter. With only 7 games coached, Joel Wiki has tied Ricardo Lavolpe in titles, who has 45 years as a coach. That's a fucked up stat, dude.
Bro, it wasn't his fault though. He should have gone one with America.
I feel like his tenure at Toluca, he should have got more, but damn, dude. I mean, that's fucking
he
sad.
left it to go to the national team. I do feel that they should have let him stay until the end of the season, and he would have probably had 2. But yeah, I think he's you know, as great of a tactician and coach is, he didn't win much.
It's crazy that
But Jaime and Rifado, I want to hear you guys, you know, answer my question. How do you guys feel
about what?
Oh, I'm not worried at all. I'm not worried
about getting eclipsed.
Yeah. It's just Melito got a good crop of players, and the future looks bright. Not worried at all. And then, like I said, it's the gold rush era of the Pochos. So I feel like there's this market that opened up and that Chivas is taking advantage more than others. So the future looks bright. Not worried at all.
Our best chance of winning a title was this one because it was a watered down Liguilla. And we, you know, had we had all of our players, I think we would have won, you know, but it's a World Cup year. And I don't expect Chivas to be able to retain their players. So next season is going to be tough. We're going to lose a lot of talent. I'm expecting Hormiga to get shipped out. I'm expecting Brian Gutierrez to get shipped out. And if Tala Rangel is our starting goalkeeper and he has a great showing, I would not be surprised if he gets taken. I mean, there's a lot of players. There's a lot of talent. Everyone's looking at Chivas right now. And it's going to be tough for us to retain our talent. And who do we replace them with? Wale showed that he could be an okay backup, but I don't want him being our starting goalkeeper. And, you know, if we lose Hormiga, who are we going to replace him with? Memote? Like, it's tough, man. It's going to be a tough one.
I think you have a more realistic outlook than Rifado. Rifado just thinks that you guys will just be able to kind of keep them or just keep recycling them. And I mean, historically, we haven't really had many pochos, you know, kind of have that success. But I mean, there is a new crop. I do think that maybe with MLS getting a little bit better, that the players coming out from there are a little bit better as well. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. To be honest, sitting at the top, just watching, man, it's really fun. It's really fun.
For sure. Well, we've been at it for 2 hours. I'll give everyone their opportunity to give us some closing thoughts. The next matches will be all on Saturday. We got Mexico, Australia. A lot of us on this panel will be there in person. Maybe we'll do an in-person podcast. And then we got the Champions League, obviously, and the Champions Cup all happening on Saturday. But who wants to go first with closing thoughts?
¿Saben qué, putos? I'll go first, ¿verdad? Y pues, mira, I'll just keep it plain and simple. While others were in here boasting, you know, puffing their chest about this and that, I played it humble. I knew what my team was capable of. I knew that we were having issues in performance. But you know what? A little bit of like that dark jungle magic, and things start to line up in the right way. Entonces, aquí estamos, carnal. En la final, la décima, encroaching on Chivas, nipping at that ass, y veremos how much longer it takes for yet another team to surpass Chivas. Porque lo hizo la América. Ahí viene Toluca, and Cruz Azul is very close behind. And with that being said, señores, hasta la próxima.
For sure, Abdias, thank you for joining us. Congrats on your title. Enjoy this moment. Don't beat your family. They won today.
All right, I guess I'll go next. I'll keep it short and quick. I just wanted to do a quick shout out of the Jóvenes that participated in the final tonight. And, there's one guy who's just impressed me this whole season for Cruz Azul, and that's Omar Campos. He's barely a U23 player at 23 years old, but he is part of my Jovenazo rundown. He started at Santos, rumored to be bought at for Real Madrid. Didn't happen. He went to LAFC instead with a downgrade. And now he's rejuvenating his career at Cruz Azul as a champion. So good for him. And then Rodarte, who I think is 21 years old, a right back who was subbed on. Two Jóvenes to Cruz Azul who did really well today. And there was no Jovenazo who stood out to me for Pumas, which is unfortunate, but it's the way it was. Anyways, congrats to Abdias, congrats to Cruz Azul, and hasta la próxima.
All right, I'll go next. Tonight, I just wanted to hop on here. First of all, congratulations to Cruz Azul and Abdias. But yo quería tirar un poco de veneno. I was trying to instigate this Chivas Cruz Azul shit because, again, like I said, I'm sitting at the top, and, man, I'm enjoying this. It's really fun seeing the league. I think the league got a little bit more fun now that Chivas was doing good. And then, we saw them, you guys got a little fucked over, and it's fine. It's fun. But Toluca's there, Cruz Azul's there, and obviously Tigres is not too far behind. But I will say I'm excited for the World Cup to start, and I just want to watch the national team play. And I finally, the last thing I will say is that I'm gonna be toxic as fuck. If Tala fucks up, I'm gonna be pushing that Malagon propaganda. and then if he does well, hey, I'll admit it. But as soon as he fucks up, I'm on here. I'm on his ass. But that's it. Have a great Sunday, everybody.
Hey, Acevedo looked good in that second half against Ghana, surprisingly.
All right, I'll go next. For me, I'm hoping we see Liga MX where we see more coaches spending more time in clubs. We've seen it right now with Jardine at America. I would like to see Milito stay as long as possible. I know he's talked about, staying for the long run. I would like to see that. I think Efrain's a good coach. And I think if Puma supports him, I think he can do good things for them. He already took him to a final. So I hope we see that. And same with Wiki. I think especially having coaches that were in the club. So we could play Cruz Azul, play at Pumas, and what I want to see more of that. You see it a lot, like in Argentina and Uruguay and all that, and you see how many coaches those countries produce. Even if you see like River Plate, like almost all of their coaches have all been former players for quite a few years now. From Gallardo, Almeida, all of those guys. So I would like to see something like that in Mexico, because I know the talent is definitely there. So I'm hoping they stay for the long run and not gone after next season, like you said, because it's very possible, and it does happen all the time.
All righty.
All right, hold on. Jaime, really quickly, I just want to throw out one thing that I forgot on my closing thought. So, I just want to throw this one out here. Mientras que Pumas anduvo de hocicón, de que no, CU es de Pumas, esa es nuestra casa, por eso los corrimos, no los queremos aquí, que quién sabe qué. Güey, aquí está un hecho y un dato dato y un pinche facto que nadie te lo va a quitar. El último campeonato y el único campeonato de CONCACAF Champions que se ha ganado en tu puto estadio fui yo. El último campeonato de liguilla en 15 años que se ha ganado fue Cruz Azul. Ese pinche estadio es mío. El que tiene la racha de invicta más larga en ese estadio, sigo siendo yo. Entonces, ¿qué pedo, puto? Y como les dije a todos y como les he dicho antes, cualquier pinche estadio lo lleno y si me dejas vivir ahí, voy a estar cogiendo en tu cama.
Talk your shit, man. Talk your shit. For sure. I think that's everybody. Want to thank everyone for joining us in this post-game reaction. Cruz Azul winning their 10th title. Congratulations. It was one of the most boring finals in recent times. But, hey, you know, sometimes you got to win ugly. Hopefully the trend of underdogs winning this summer continues. We had Arsenal lift up their trophy after a 20-something year drought. Congratulations to Arsenal. Will they be able to pull off the upset against PSG? Probably not, but we'll be there watching. We also have the Copa, the Champions, CONCACAF Champions Cup with Tigres and Toluca, and then obviously the Australia-Mexico match. But that's a long time from now. That's on Saturday. Still a lot to uncover in these upcoming days. But I hope to see everyone in Pasadena. Hope to see Albert. Hope to see Rifado, Joel for in-person. First rounds on me, boys. Catch you in the next one. Thank you so much.
Junco, Hugo Sánchez, José Ramón Fernández, Paco Gabriel, Tuca Ferretti, Jared Borghetti, Jorge Pietrasanta, de estos finales, Roberto, donde muchas veces el resultado era en contra de Cruz Azul en finales. ¿Cuántas finales Cruz Azul ha perdido en el último tramo? Esta vez fue resistente, fue paciente. Con el América, Javier. Y termina por ganar el partido. Me parece que honor para los Pumas y gloria para Cruz Azul. Terminaron exhaustos los Pumas. ¿Cómo viste la final, Roberto?
Así es, buenas noches. Sí, parecía que le sucedería lo mismo a Cruz Azul, todo esto que describes, después de haber sido ampliamente superior en el partido de ida. Aquí empezó bien, pero poco a poco se acomodaron los Pumas. Viene el gran disparo de Morales para ponerse arriba, cierto desconcierto en Cruz Azul, y parecía que otra vez se iba a enfrentar a eso, ¿no? De fallar en los momentos cruciales, pero supo reaccionar. Cansancio tremendo, agotamiento en ambos lados, muchos lesionados, la lluvia. No fue un partido brillantemente jugado, pero sí lo que termina arrojando, creo, es cierta justicia, porque el Cruz Azul, si consideramos los 180 minutos, fue claramente mejor que los Pumas.
Ya había cumplido los 15 años, José Ramón, universidad. Yo creo que hay que reforzar el proyecto, Hugo, hay que continuar. Estuvieron más cerca que nunca, pero bueno, enfrente hay un rival que venía trabajando 5 semifinales seguidas. Estos jugadores, Mier, Dita, Rotondi y Charlie, son de la primera generación, digamos, de Anselmi. Luego pasaron por Vicente, no pudieron ser campeones. Larcamón y ahora Wiki, que merece también un reconocimiento especial.
Pues sí, hay que felicitar a Cruz Azul. Dio un buen partido, ganó faltando un minuto de juego. Pumas perdió 2 hombres importantes y al final uno Antuna, el otro Trigos. Y me parece que Pumas se fue cayendo en el segundo tiempo. Como soldaditos se fueron cayendo algunos jugadores. La salida de Carrasquilla le pesó mucho a Pumas, el hombre que organiza. Y bueno, hay que reconocer que Cruz Azul se lleva el título merecido, gana 2-1. El partido clave era el de hoy y lo gana.
30 partidos invicto Cruz Azul en CEU y 2 veces levantó título ahí, uno en la CONCACAF y ahora a costa de los Pumas. ¿Qué impresión te deja Universidad y Cruz Azul?
2 partidos interesantes, una final muy tensa, muy disputada. Justicia deportiva, Cruz Azul hizo, como bien dijiste, en los 180 minutos más méritos ofensivos o más ocasiones claras de gol para vencer no con tanta dificultad como pasó en el resultado final. Pero sí, Pumas hizo un esfuerzo tremendo, iba de menos a más. Allá se defendió bien, tuvo cierta fortuna por las ocasiones claras que tuvo Cruz Azul en los primeros 90 minutos.
Keylor, ¿no?
Y Keylor también, por supuesto. Y ahora, pues el partido se pintaba pues, de Pumas, pero viendo la reacción, se empezaron a ir jugadores lesionados, hubo calambres, hubo, por eso, expulsiones también, que eso en el fútbol actual debilita mucho al rival que se queda con 10 hombres. Y Cruz Azul, con toda justicia y merecimiento, pues es campeón de liga nuevamente. Así que felicidades, Javier.
Hombre, bueno.
Lo estás disfrutando, pero estás disimulando un poco,
simpatía
¿no?
por
Felicidades
Cruz Azul.
a los Pumas.
Sí, a los Pumas.
no, sí,
Felicítense
no.
entre ustedes. Luca, los Pumas cambiaron. Los Pumas fueron también, ya no fue este equipo 2 bloques atrás. Hubo un rato después de los primeros 15 minutos que van a recordar un poco la memoria futbolística, y ahí tienen momentos de apremio sobre Cruz Azul, no muy duraderos, pero sí fue cambiando Efraín, ¿no?
Yo pienso que Pumas desperdicia el primer partido. En 90 minutos no hizo más que buscar defender, amontonándose. Y platicaba yo con Jared, y platicábamos y decíamos, no, la suerte del campeón. Y justo yo pienso que el momento clave de este partido es el autogol. Ahí yo creo que Pumas baja muchísimo, o sea, ¿cómo te puedo decir? La confianza, o sea, como que decían, no es posible que nosotros hagamos un autogol. Entonces yo pienso que ahí Cruz Azul otra vez retoma, porque Pumas estaba jugando adecuadamente bien. Inclusive tenía buenos contraataques que no terminaba en tiro a gol o haciendo un gol más para poder tener tranquilidad. Cuando cae el autogol, se ve el desánimo en el rostro de los jugadores de Pumas, como que no era para recibir este gol. Y naturalmente después con Carrasquilla, expulsiones, bueno, Cruz Azul naturalmente hizo mucho más que Pumas para merecer el título.
Frío, Paco. Cruz Azul contemple con oficio. Cuando se da cuenta que el rival está herido, va por él, no lo deja oxigenar, y no dice, a ver, vamos al tiempo extra. Cruz Azul muy bien en sus intenciones y en su modelo, ¿no?
Sí, buenas noches. Sí, decíamos que en una final siempre van a haber circunstancias a favor y en contra, y las circunstancias a favor tienes que aprovecharlas, y las circunstancias en contra, o las adversas, tienes que sufrirlas, tienes que aguantarlas y de alguna manera sobrellevarlas. Hay un momento en el partido ganando Pumas 1-0, viene la lesión de Paradela, viene el segundo gol que es anulado, dominaba el partido. Evere ya no sabía para dónde ir, el cambio con el Toro Fernández, que juega mejor de lo que yo suponía, lo dejas como referente, Evere lo abres y es una bocanada de aire fresco para Cruz Azul. Y después vienen las circunstancias favorables para Cruz Azul, cae el gol del empate y Rotondi, tan mencionado en aquella final contra América, en la barrida, en el famoso penal, que si era, que si no era, pero se lo marcan a él, hoy es el héroe con esa media vuelta. Creo que Pumas es un gran esfuerzo, hay que reconocerle, pero lo que hace Cruz Azul, lo que hace Wiki, cuando te entregan el equipo, ándale, arréglame las cosas porque esto viene de capa caída, viene en una tendencia hacia la baja, lo que hace Wiki es extraordinario. Enhorabuena por él, enhorabuena por la afición de Cruz Azul y reconocerle, por supuesto, a Pumas lo que hizo.
Ahí está la gente en el Ángel. Jaledi también tiene el 2-0 Pietra, Juninho, con la mano, cuando conduce y rebasa a los dos centrales de Cruz Azul, que todo el tiempo Cruz Azul estuvo expuesto con Morales, con Juninho, hasta donde aguantaron a esas sensaciones de peligro sobre el arco de Mier.
No, por favor, goleador. Bueno, una final, sí, tienes toda la razón, pero fue tan intensa que ya veíamos. No.
Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome back to my ASMR channel. Today we're going to do lesson 2 of Calculus 1, and I like to start with a PSA that I have done a Calculus 1 before and I have completed it. However, I still make mistakes and